Welcome. This is an introduction to Hegel's Science of Spirit. First, we will discuss absolute science. Second, give an overview of the science of spirit. And third, a summary of the three parts of the science of spirit. First, a brief summary of Hegel's absolute science. Absolute science is simply the science of the absolute, i.e., being's or the universe's knowledge of itself. This means that there is only one reality. That reality is absolutely one. Hence, the universe and history is simply the one reality, the absolute, becoming conscious of itself in and through us. Absolute science has four parts: the introduction or phenomenology of spirit, which takes one out of Plato's cave of appearance and illusion into absolute knowledge, the absolute standpoint of science and the concept, the science of logic, of the principle of all things, and the two real sciences, the science of nature and the science of spirit, logic's principle, or arche, actualized. The key to understanding absolute science is this: there is only one reality, which Hegel calls the concept or the idea. Nothing but the concept exists. In fact, one's true self is the concept. At the conclusion of absolute science's introduction, we know that the concept or objective thought alone exists. Thus, we also know that logic, nature, and spirit can only be the concept in a particular form. And logic, the one reality, studies the concept's inner structure. However, logic cannot be the only reality. There must also be a second realm of apparent reality, namely nature or matter, because of polarity. Nature, too, being nothing but the concept, but the concept outside of itself. Yet nature, in fact, proves to be ideal or nothing. Thus, nature sets itself aside and reveals spirit to be its sole truth. Spirit is nothing but the return of the concept into itself as logic. Spirit, too, is the concept, but as the unity and truth of logic and nature. As Hegel says, logic is the idea or concept in itself, nature, the self-externality of the idea outside itself, and spirit, the ideality or negation of nature, the return of the idea into itself. The process of the one absolute actualizing itself is simple to state and understand as based on polarity, the unity of opposites. So, we move from one to many and back to one, from logic to nature to spirit. We start with logic, with the one reality in the form of thought or the inner. What our religions call God. But because of polarity, because you can't have one without the other, thought's opposite, nature, the outer, must simultaneously exist. However, again, because of polarity, we end with the one reality as spirit, the unity and sole truth of thought and matter, inner and outer, subject and object. That is, since nature, the many, is in contradiction with the truth of thought, logic, the one, nature must of necessity negate itself and return back into unity as spirit, i.e., absolute spirit, which alone exists and eternally exists. Spirit, thus, is the concept, the idea, fully realized and actualized, aka Kingdom Come, Olam Haba, and the Jedi Order.